I do. So I'll tell you about the courtyard benches first. It was Mrs. Hill's idea, and she somehow knew someone that had some that material. And you know, fifth grade leaves a present behind every year for the school, and the benches were fifth grade's present. So every fifth grade did a different bench, and my class chose Vincent van Gogh's Starry Starry Night. And so Mrs. Hill had lots of little pieces of broken glass and things, art glass, and so that's what my class worked on. Unfortunately, when they did something, our bench got put outside and all the other benches were under cover, and so our bench got rained on, and some of the stuff in between the tiles looked bad. And the bench in the office, the wooden one, I think every fifth grade, I think at least every fifth grader put their name on it, but it could be that every kid in the school did. You might look at it. If there's like about 100 little things on it, then it's just fifth grade. Probably is. Thanks.
Okay, this is the next question.
I think so.
Next one?
We have some questions about the courtyard benches.
Okay.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, do you want to know more about the courtyard benches?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Why were the benches put there?
okay, so the benches,
Oh, right here.
the benches were put there as a present from the fifth graders to the school. And I don't think they have the fifth graders' names on them, but each fifth grade here did a different bench. And then in the center, it has the teacher's name. And I'm not sure any of those teachers are still here. I'm not here, and the other teachers, I think, have gone to other schools.
Who made the benches?
3D shapes.
Well, someone that Mrs. Hill knows. She's the one that was able to get all the material. They're quite heavy. And in fact, they moved them when they did the painting of the courtyard, or they repainted the school and they moved them. They were really hard to move because they're made of cement and they're heavy, real heavy.
What's the next question? Who thought of the idea to make them?
I think Mrs. Hill was the one that came up with the idea of having them for the fifth grade. And if you ask her, she probably is able to tell you, because there was someone that she knew that she was able to get those benches from. Thanks. Oh. Well, they're so heavy that I think they were delivered to the school, and like the custodians moved them and put them in. Not positive on that one. Oh, well, I just told.
No. Who put them there?
But you just asked that.
Oh.
How was it made?
I am not sure. I'd be making it up. I think they must. Well, I'm just guessing for something like that. That like they must have had some type of form made out of wood that they poured the cement into, and then let it dry. And the legs were probably the same thing. So, but that's only a guess.
So,
But no one here made them.
so
They
like
were.
they shaped it, then
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
you start, they flipped it upside down, somehow got the lid off.
Yeah. That's how they do a lot of things made out of cement. And sometimes the wood just comes off of it. They take the wood off and then there's the thing.
How was the school able to pay for it?
PTA, I think PTA had money to pay for it. That's a good question. I'm not quite positive. And are you guys talking to Mrs. Hill also?
We're not sure.
Because Mrs. Hill would know some of that because she's the one that arranged it. But I think sometimes the PTA donates money for things like that.
Oh.
Because it makes the school more beautiful.
Now we have questions about the office.
Okay, hello. Don't fall over.
Why
That
was
wouldn't
it
be
put
good during
here?
an interview.
Why was it put there?
Well, I think the office bench was put there, and I'm not sure who bought it. I think PTA bought it, and see, this is the thing. Maybe you should ask someone else because I'm not positive if it wasn't bought as a present for Mrs. Patello, who was the principal here a number of years ago, and to surprise her. So. But it was put in the office because if it was put outside, it would have gotten ruined. And so it makes sort of a nice place for people to sit down when they first come into that office area.
Who decorated it?
Every fifth grader did something. And I'm trying to picture what you've looked at the bench?
Hmm?
Is it little bugs? No, what's on?
Thumbprints. Thumbprints.
Little thumb.
Turned into everything on our teacher thumbprints.
Yeah,
With
they have
frogs.
like cats and
Okay,
dogs
so
or horses.
I'm not positive. I think that each kid then got to pick what they turned their thumbprint into. And is there a name by them?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so whoever did it, they were able to turn it into some little creature.
yeah.
Who thought I did to put it there?
I'm not positive. Yeah, I'm not quite sure who knew where to put who got the bench. So, well, yeah, you might need to ask someone else.
Who put it there?
Oh, who put it there? I think the PTA chose where to put it. Because I think the PTA was the one that organized the bench.
Thank you for helping us.
Well, thank you for having me. Sorry about the little mix-up the other day, but we got it done. Is there another group that's going to interview me?
Yes.
We believe this.